now. That's great. I super lost on my GLP-1 journey, was on compounded semaglutide for months with minimal success. We got Kristen from Alabama, retatrutide 1 month, 1 week. All right, 1 milligram a week. You're on your second week. Thank you for sharing that. Michelle, when you lost on your GLP-1 journey, you were on the compounded semaglutide for months with minimal success. So this is exactly what we're going to help you out with. If anybody else is also struggling with their GLP-1 success, let me know in the comments. I can tell you guys right now the 4 main reasons, the 4 primary reasons why you're probably struggling with your GLP-1 meds: insulin resistance, inflammation, cortisol, thyroid. Those are the 4 most common reasons. What am I doing that I'm getting bad smelling burps again? Your digestion sucks. And that's part of what happens with the GLP-1s. So we need to work on improving your digestion, your digestion process, right? So the digestive enzymes that we have, they have some bentane and pepsin HCl. And so they're going to help with that tremendously. We can send you the link to our favorite digestive enzymes as well. Michelle, I switched to tirzepatide last Friday. Got it. How's that going? Why'd you switch? JJ just started Sunday Monjaro, 2.5 milligrams, looking to lose 15 pounds. Only I train and I eat in a calorie deficit. So, all right. Well, I'm glad that you're on the low dose. You started at 2.5, and you only need to lose 15. You're eating in a deficit. Now, are you training solid, heavy weight training? Solid, heavy resistance training. That's what you need to be doing for success. Over the road, truck driver, North Carolina. Being on the road doesn't make it easy. No, Jason, I can think with that. I have many patients, actually, believe it or not, that are truck drivers. And so it's a process, right? You have to cope and adapt with what you have in front of you. Steve, Gaviscon. What's Gaviscon? Is that where you're from? Nunya, I was at 301 pounds. Wow. Well, kudos to you for let's see, total testosterone at 31. Now just today I'm 387 at 34. Yikes. Okay. So you have a lot of weight to lose. You're struggling with obesity. So I wouldn't be worried about your testosterone levels. I'd be worried about your weight. And I would be worried about how we're going to go about and combat this. What are we going to do? What's the plan of attack to drop the weight and ultimately be successful? You're welcome, JJ. We have 2 JJs. We have JJ 2023 and JJ 24 hours into my 48-hour doing great. That's fantastic. Love it. If you guys don't know what's up with the flow, then you guys need to get educated, because flow is where it's at. We have so many people. We have thousands of people that are just flowing. They're just flowing into the promised land. I switched starting dose of tirzepatide, 6 foot, 300 pounds male. All right. So are we just getting started? Tell me a little bit more, user 83, about what's going on. Tommy Walker says, go with the flow, baby. the lowest dose possible that is working. That's, if you guys are watching me on YouTube, do me a favor, drop a comment. Just let me know that you guys are alive. I see there's 6 people watching me on YouTube, so I just want to make sure. Just getting started, 38% body fat. All right, user 8323. Let's rock and roll, baby. We got our work cut out for us. You have a lot of body fat to lose, but it's very doable. It's very possible. With the tools that you have in front of you, we can make this go right. You know, losing the fat and protecting the muscle mass that you have on your body, that's the name of the game. Brian, 6'0", 245 pounds. All right. 4th week of Zepbound on a 6-week challenge with 3 days of HIIT and leg day. I like that. You're burning a ton of calories with the HIIT. You're burning a ton of calories with the leg day. What about the upper body and core? JJ23, attacking my last 20 pounds is my goal. How much weight have you lost so far, JJ? And what are you doing to attack the last 20 pounds? And more important question, here's the important question that everybody should be asking themselves. What are you doing for long-term success? How are you going to be successful long-term? What does that look like? What do you need to do? What should my starting dose be? Well, I can't give you specific medical advice during this live, of course, but starting doses of tirzepatide, 2.5 milligrams, retatrutide, 1 milligram, semaglutide, 0.25 milligram. These are the normal starting doses. Kelly, so the easiest way to get into the flow is GLP-1 meds, tesofensine, AOD 9604, Unimate, Balance, CaloCurb. There's definitely different options that you can do to help make it easier. JJ, lost 60 on TERS, your program for the last 20 and maintenance. JJ, you're in, that's right. If you're working with me, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done, JJ. This is how we roll. If you guys just joined us here tonight, welcome, welcome. So my name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics we service across the nation, all 50 states. I work with my medical practitioners. They prescribe and I coach. And so we have a really cool divide and conquer. We have a really cool process. The GLP-1s, semaglutide, and by the way, with all the craziness right now with access, we do have access to semaglutide, tirzepatide, and retatrutide. What's up, Eric? How you doing, buddy? All peptides. So all peptides for lasting weight loss. My favorite without a doubt is AOD, by the way. And the reason why I like AOD is because it mobilizes your fat. So mobilization of the fat. Yes, that young stud right there is yours truly. Samorelin, what questions do you have about Samorelin? Samorelin is a growth hormone secreting peptide. So it's going to help you optimize growth hormone function. That's what it's going to do. And if you are insulin resistant, what happens when you restrict your calories or when you eat less carbohydrates or when you start fasting, all the things that you need to do. The problem is when you do them, your body struggles. Your body struggles because the high levels of insulin block your body's ability to mobilize the fat. So you have to understand the connection between the two. High insulin levels, low fat burning. Low fat burning means high cortisol and high stress hormones when you do the things that you need to do. So this is why you will always hear me say, it's like your body is working against you. Let me know in the comments if that's like what you experience on the day-to-day, that you feel like your body's working against you and not with you. Kim, if you want to get a prescription of AOD, shoot us a text message at the 229 number. Oh, fantastic. JJ, we're kicking ass. We're getting the hormones balanced. Mel, yes, semaglutide, tirzepatide, finito, gonzo, who knows how much longer we're still going to have it. It's kind of crazy. But a lot of the compounding pharmacies, are stopping production because of, the shortage being over. Yeah, I'd say Samoralin is part of a good starting stack, although I like AOD 9604 better. How do you suggest the hair fallout to decrease? Decrease the stress to your body. When your hair is falling out, it's almost always because you're stressing your body out. And the ways that you stress your body out, actual physical stress, but restricting your calories too much, starving yourself, not giving the body enough of the essential nutrients that it needs. There's essential macro and micronutrients that your body needs. So your body needs all of this stuff. And if it's not getting it, your body stresses out. That's how that works. Mel says, I just placed a 2-month order. Glad you got it in. Glad you got the order in because it's freaking crazy right now. Can you speak a little bit about melatonin, how much to take? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that you take melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that your body produces when the lights go out after sunset as a way to prep your body for a good night's sleep. I'm not a fan of improving sleep by taking melatonin. I'm a fan of optimizing natural melatonin production. Yes, Kristen, we do prescribe sema, tirzepatide, and retatrutide. We do have high quality 503A retatrutide, just so you guys know. Gem Girl says, I love Terz, lost almost 60 pounds, 7 months. I panic stocked for almost a year. I mean, right now is the time. Everybody's doing it. It's kind of crazy. Will you allow us to? Yes, Lisa, shoot us a text message. Get stocked up, guys, while you can. There is opportunity in front of you still. And just remember that the GLP-1s are a tool that need to be stacked with lifestyle intervention. Just remember that, please. Lifestyle is the secret. Lifestyle is the key what lifestyle interventions, fasting, keto, carnivore, weight training, inflammation control, hormone balancing, like all of these things, they matter, and they matter a lot. They play a big role here. You do candlelight dinners. That's awesome, Rachel. You know, the biggest thing is that 3 hour period before bed. That 3 hour period before bed, you want to start dimming lights. And then once you obviously are ready to go to bed, that's when you want to just cut off light entirely. What are your thoughts on retatrutide? I think that retatrutide is the most powerful GLP-1. That extra receptor site that it hits definitely adds an element. It was a hack for the kiddos. That's super cool. Yeah, Pleams, let me know a little bit more about what's going on with you. Whew. What, Gem Girl, what other ways has the GLP-1 helped you? And if you want to talk health categories that the GLP-1s help, inflammation control, insulin resistance, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, chronic kidney disease, addiction, Alzheimer's prevention, GI issues. I mean, it's across the board. There's so many different categories of health that the GLP-1s provide. Are kettlebells going to do the job? Home workout. That's a tough question to answer. Can kettlebells help? Yes. Do kettlebells help? Are they better than no workout? Absolutely. I would say ultimately, I would want you to work towards something more solid, like a more hypertrophy style weight training program. Uh, 5'9", currently sitting at 195 to 200. Have been active, messed up my elbow, so took off, was down 183. To regain weight? Is that what's happening here? When working out full time, getting back into it now. All right, so what kind of workouts are you getting back into? Resistance training, hands down, is the way to go. Your primary workout, guys, should be resistance training. Season, yeah, we do a lot more than nutritional counseling. We provide real sustainable weight loss coaching that covers the 10 pillars of lasting weight loss. And, you know, these pillars are very powerful compartments that you need to be aware of that all impact insulin resistance, inflammation, and metabolic health. I've heard that the appetite suppression with retatrutide is not good. Is this accurate? This is not entirely accurate. You know, it does have an increase in your metabolic rate. It does burn more fat. And I think by doing that, some people do notice not as much appetite suppression as they do get with tirzepatide. And so obviously if you're struggling with food chatter and you need the appetite suppression, then that's where something else would be very valuable. Something else like tirzepatide or cagrilintide. And cagrilintide is the other peptide that we still have access to. I did mostly traditional weightlifting and was losing weight on carnivore. That's fantastic. I do resistance bands. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're in your truck all day, so the bands are gonna, if you know, the bands are gonna be better than no resistance. So I would 100% agree with that. Gem is opening up right now. How many of you guys are also being lazy about your weights? See, Gem is being honest. So I want to know who else is being lazy about resistance training. Can you be successful while being a vegetarian or pescatarian? Yeah, you can. You know, I do think a heavy animal-based diet is the best diet. But the best diet for you as an individual is the diet that resonates with you. It's the diet that you can sustain. That's the most important. So Pleams and Mel are also struggling with resistance training. So what do we have to do? Do we have to reorganize? Do we have to reprioritize? How can we get ourselves to the gym 3 times a week? You resonate with croissants? How about fatty steaks? Does Pilates count as resistance training? Not entirely. I am curious about BPC and TB500 on a cleanse for gut health. So BPC is great, but if you're trying to heal the gut, I wouldn't go with TB500. TB500 is great for musculoskeletal healing, but I would actually recommend a different peptide called KPV. KPV is a powerful gut healing peptide that pairs really nicely with the BPC 157. And we do have compounding 500 micrograms of each dose available, ready to go. $10 milligrams of retatrutide. How much backwater? Chip chop, it's obvious that you're using research peptides, so I cannot help you or advise that you do that. Retatrutide should be done under medical supervision. I think Reta does really good with split dosing. Retatrutide does really good with split dosing. Would just doing the Peloton spin bike help? It's, again, better than nothing. The Peloton is better than nothing, but we need solid resistance training. I got a 2 milligram vial of AOD. How much backwater do I add to it? Mandula. I don't recommend that you do peptides on your own without medical supervision, so I just can't comment. Thank you, Plems. Plems says, I'm so glad I came across your page. You're answering my questions that I didn't even have answers to. Thank you. And you know, the guys, the most important thing for me is helping you guys be successful on your weight loss journeys. That's what matters most. That's why I do these lives every single day. That's why we have all the free resources. That's why I put out my content on YouTube, is to help you guys be as successful as we possibly can. Does CJC AOD reignite cancers? No. They do no such thing. What exercises do you do for weight loss on Mounjaro? Resistance training. It doesn't matter whether you're on Mounjaro, GLP-1 medication, it doesn't matter. If you are trying to lose weight, then the best thing you can do workout-wise is protect your muscle mass. You need to protect that muscle mass. The muscle mass on your body is vital. It is so vital for long-term success. Will working out really break my stall? No. Working out, burning too many calories could make your stall worse. But resistance training is how you protect your muscle mass long term. But the way that you break your stall is a reverse diet or a metabolic reset. Hey, Sherry. Yeah, my medical team is going to be able to do a better review and get you a more dialed in answer relative to where you're coming from. Aaron and Linda, it says you retracted your message. Can your primary care doctor prescribe AOD 9604? They won't. It's not that they can't, but they won't. Your primary cares are not familiar with AOD. They're not familiar with these peptides. So you're going to have to get them from a clinic like ours, you know, a clinic that's familiar with these peptides. What is your recommendation on CJC DAC? I would not do DAC. And we don't recommend that to patients. Linda, did you have a question watching me on YouTube? All I see is the retracted comment there. I'm committed myself. I'm committing to myself and you. Okay, let's hear the commitment, Plems or Pleems. My goal is 170. I'm going to be there by summer end. I love it, Pleems. I'm here for you. I will do my best to help you out. Make sure you follow this channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications, guys. Follow me on YouTube and follow me here on TikTok. If you guys want to get a text message every time I go live, shoot us a text message here with the word Jones Live. So if you text us the word Jones Live, you will get a text message notification every time I go live. Fantastic, Pleems. I appreciate that. ML, I'm a pre-diabetic. I had a bypass 10 months ago, 6 foot, 290. What is, you're 290 pounds now, so obviously you're very obese. How much weight have you already lost? My doctor knows nothing about the peptides. Yeah, most primary care doctors are not going to be able to help you with peptides. Kelly, I'm getting 1,500 calories a day and I'm stalled. Should I go up or down? So if you were working with me, Kelly, we would go down. We would do a medication and a metabolic reset. My practitioners would help out too as well. We would do some comprehensive labs. We would look at your insulin resistance, your metabolic issues. We would get a clearer picture of what's going on. What is better, stacking AOD, MOT-C, tesamorelin, or just AOD, MOT-C? I would always have a base of your GLP-1 medication. Your base should be your GLP-1 med. And then with that, you stack a fat mobilizer like an AOD 9604. ML. So when you're struggling with obesity, you're what you're up against is a lot of insulin resistance and a lot of inflammation. So we need to set up a plan to become insulin sensitive and become fat adapted. So my 10 pillars of lasting weight loss, where I talk about sleep optimization, stress management, reducing inflammation, fasting, keto, weight training. These are the various tools and strategies that we do in order to be successful. No, you don't have to call us back. That's like our robocall. We have a you could just text us back to get scheduled. Yeah, we have people that are working right now, and you can get yourself scheduled for that consultation. ML, what is your battle plan? What is your game plan? What are you thinking needs to be done here? What kind of approach are you taking? Mojave, I'm with Mochi, but in California, I get my meds 2 days after ordering. I'm down 10 pounds in 3 weeks. Fantastic. How much more weight do you need to lose? And then what's your plan for the future? How are you going to prevent from rebounding? How are you going to prevent yourself from regaining that weight loss? Hey, Adrian, we just posted the Baker podcast, by the way. You should check that out. Hey, Delia. I'm probably still butchering your name, Delia. We could talk later about how to get your name right. I kind of. No, it's not Delilah. Remember, babe. So we'll get it right. Don't worry. Next time we talk. It's a life. It really is. The GLP-1 medication really is life-changing. I can't stress that enough. My gosh. Yep, I saw that. I 100% saw that. Eli Lilly is on a warpath. Eli Lilly is freaking just, they're on a warpath. I don't know what else to say, you know? They're out for blood. Let me know if you're hiring for discounts. Well, we are hiring a call center manager, by the way. If you guys have experience with call center management and you guys are passionate about what we do, we are absolutely hiring for a call center manager. Shoot us a text message and ask for the link where you can apply and submit a video. And by the way, this phone number right here is also the best number to reach out to my team. If you want to get set up for a free consultation, you guys want to learn more. It is Delilah. That. Okay, Carrie's right. Delilah. Delilah is in the call center right now. Well, if you have management experience, Delilah, and you want to come work with us, let us know. Daniel, I've been on Zepbound for 7 months. Functional doctor, doing well, just curious about peptides. Yeah, you know, honestly, if you're doing good, the best peptide to stack, without a doubt, would be AOD 9604, because AOD, what it actually is a fragment of the human growth hormone. And so specifically, it's going to mobilize your body fat. So it's a fat mobilizer, and mobilization of fat is crucial when you are insulin resistant. Otherwise, what ends up happening is your body has to rely on stress hormones to get the job done for calorie restriction or for fasting or keto. Healthy Me, if you're serious and you want to be considered, shoot us a text message, submit your application. Basically the video is your application, by the way. So submit a video and we will check it out. Oh, we did. That's right. Okay. You made the connection for me. Now I got it down. Love it. And just so you know, just because we're still looking, I have not ruled you out by any means. You were the first person that I had talked to, so we want to get a couple applications in. We want to kind of review a couple, but yeah, no, that's funny. Thank you for letting me know. Peptides specific for mold toxicity. Honestly, probably thymosin alpha-1. Thymosin alpha-1 will modulate and calm down that overactive immune system. Yeah, I think thymosin alpha-1 would be your best bet for something like that. A lot of people don't know GLP-1 is a peptide. Learning a lot. I didn't know. Yeah, GLP-1 is a powerful peptide. It really is. It mobilizes fat as well, but it's really there for reducing inflammation, reducing insulin resistance. Thank you, Delilah. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, honestly, after coaching so many people, the thing that ends up making the biggest difference for successful weight maintenance is really the reset The people that always do the best in my programs are the ones that really do the reset. They take it serious. They increase their calories, and then you're changing the type of food that you're eating. And then afterwards, you know, you do the flow, right? You flow in the longer fasting and all of that. Are there any peptides as good as NMN? Well, that's a supplement, right? To increase NAD levels in the body. I mean, NAD injections would be the closest thing, because that's what the point of the NMN supplement is. Nicotinamide mononucleotide would be a precursor to NAD levels, but you can do NAD injections. Lynn, anything to help quiet the food noise, reduce and lose more weight on Monjaro? Yes, fasting, eating less carbs, resistance training, improving sleep quality, improving stress tolerance, all of these things can make a difference. The best thing known for type 2 diabetic would be FLOA fasting. That would be the most powerful lifestyle intervention to reverse your diabetes. And then I would say the GLP-1, lots of AOD. And depending on how diabetic you are, there's a couple other medications that might be needed, that might be warranted. What can I expect from the weight loss? So the consultation with my team is completely free. What they're going to do is they're going to get to know you, your struggles, your history, and then they're going to make a recommendation for you based on that, right? Okay, now that I've figured out this is what you're struggling with, this is where you're at, here's the peptides I recommend, here's the coaching I recommend. Do you need GLP-1s? You have GLP-1s. What's the pricing look like? And then put it all together for you. And then if you guys end up getting started, you will see me on the first coaching call. That is how the process works. Huh, buddy? That is how the process works. So what I've done is I've created the FLOA fasting. So FLOA protocol stands for fasting like our ancestors. What I did was I created structure where structure was missing in the world of long fasting. For the amount of, like when you're talking about diabetics, obese people, heavily metabolically dysfunctional, we need aggressive lifestyle changes, and that's where the long fasting comes into play. But we make it easy with the AOD, with the GLP-1. What was that? We don't deal with the lipotropic shots now. So the fasting is totally dependent on the individual, so we tailor it towards you. But ultimately, one long weekly fast is the secret. One long weekly fast is where you can really begin to reverse your insulin resistance. I don't take AOD every day, but if you're in my program, we are usually recommending about 500 micrograms of AOD. Mel, I can't even get into the the exact protocol because the TikTok lords do not let me mention that. The powerful lords at TikTok do not want me to talk about the flow protocol. So he's secondary to the other lord that I live with, who hasn't made dinner yet. It's the creatine, exactly, Delilah. It's all about the creatine. All right, guys. So before I hop off, I wanted to make sure I answered any last minute questions. Again, this phone number right here is the best number to reach out to my team. If you haven't already and you want to get scheduled, shoot this out, this number to us, this text message to us, and get scheduled for a consult. And we do go live every single day. Right now, I am actually, right now this week we're going live even more often. So I'll be back in the morning. So you guys will catch me at 5 in the morning. Jason, no, I was joking with her. We tonight we're not eating dinner tonight. So the next meal I will eat will be tomorrow, 24 hours from now. Last time I ate was 24 hours ago. So unless I decide to go even longer, which probably not, I'll probably just do a 48. So, but anyways, we like to kid around though. So, all right, guys, have a great evening. We will see you later. Bye, everybody.